Okay, we're going to be doing a sound check here just to make sure that we are I don't know why I don't have my water here. Andy Liz. Hello Andy Liz. Hello Tabitha. Come on in. Hello, there's Jackie. Can you guys hear me? I need to hear if you can hear me at all. Test, test, test. Hello, yes, perfect. Can you hear me? Yep. Perfect. I can hear you now. Great. All right, we're going to do a check on Landon now.
Hello, hello, hello. I can
I
hear
can
you
hear you
too.
too.
How is everyone doing tonight? Hi, Jackie. Hi, Tabitha. Hi, Jessica. Hi, hello, hello, everybody. Oh, Andy.
Hope everyone is too, Jessica said. Okay. All righty. So
Give me a second. Let me share this to Miss DIY. I don't know why she's not in here.
she might not even realize it's going on.
Oh, my name is Andrea. Not sure what is happening. So you have to go underneath your profile, change your name there, and then you have to leave the live and then come back in, and it should be changed to Andrea at that point. Everybody's got to enter and come, like leave and come back to get it to work. But let me.
Yes, that's too funny. I know when everyone's name comes in, they're all like, "What is that?" It's whatever they like automatically set you up with. It's hilarious.
Yes, PIDIY. I don't know why she's not in here. Lena. Welcome. I probably totally butchered your name.
And I think I have a little bit of a cold. So if you hear sniffles, it's because I have a little bit of a cold. Okay, I'm trying to find what I was looking for. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, guys. So as you know, Landon and I have decided that we're going to try to do more lives of us coming in now that now that my mediumship video calls are gone. Technically, I still have a few more for the remainder of the month, but not like I did 2 weeks ago and last week. But, anyways, and we want to do more predictions because there's so many crazy things going on. We can never keep up. It's frustrating because even this week we were like, okay, we're going to talk about these three topics, but then other topics came about that I want to talk about even more. So we're going to kind of throw in whatever. So whenever I put out topics, guys, they are subject to change depending on what in the heck's going on in the world. Already? Okay. Yay, Andrea fixed it. Look at that. See, babe, you did good. He is just sharing the live for just a moment. It's hard to do sharing. There we go. Good job, babe. He's not the one that normally does all this stuff, so he's like, okay.
Yeah, no, Miss PIY DIY. PIDIY usually does it. I don't know where she is right now.
It's all good. Alrighty. So today we're going to talk about a bunch of things, but I want to start it off by talking about the Michael Orr. Um, I'm sure you guys have heard of the movie The Blind Side and how this white family, Sean and Leanne Tooley, or however you pronounce it, it basically is like a case of Britney Spears all over again. But at least with Britney Spears, she was under conservatorship. We just know that, at least she knew that she was under it. This kid did not know. He thought he was adopted. So now he's going and taking legal action. So that is a topic that I've been like pretty connected to. And then Sandra Bullock wants to take away her, I think it's her Grammy. Was it her Grammy that she wanted to take
Yeah,
away?
she
So
won something, an Oscar or something, one of those things for it. Um, it's like sucks because I love that movie, but then when you now know everything behind it, you're like, it's all fake. Like, what the hell?
definitely fake.
Definitely fake.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Alrighty, so
Alrighty,
I
so
did want to
I
talk about my predictions on what's going to happen with this particular case. It shouldn't be taken away from her. I agree. Totally agree. Hi, Heather.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
what I thought.
thinking
Her
that
Oscar. Yeah.
the family's also coming forward and saying that's not true. They have proof, blah, 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 blah. But meanwhile, they haven't really shown receipts. So I'm thinking that Michael is going to win this. I do feel like he will be granted.
Hello, Heather, and no, Sarah Lynn. They don't want to take it from her. Sandra Bullock wants to just give it back because she doesn't feel like if she should have it if this is in fact true. Not that they're trying to.
What is going on? Jackie said. Well, basically, so he's basically taking them to court to try to obtain his like money because he was hoping that he was going to get some money of being a part of the family, but not as a conservatorship. He it will get nothing, so he's pissed about that. And the family got money from this movie, and I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he's
Oh,
pretty
Tabitha
upset.
says people are saying they should take it from her. Well, I don't think that. I don't think that they should take it from her. But if she's willing to give it up, I mean, that's her business. But I mean, she still played a movie and a story, and there's a lot of stories out there that are not real and everything like that. And it's all based on if somebody does a good job. So she did a
Oh
good
my
job.
god. Sandra hasn't said anything. She just lost her husband. Yes, this the ALS thing, like that is like way more important than for her. My goodness, what trauma. So terrible. I seen that as well. I
Yeah, I
feel
saw
for
the video of her last like dance with him. She did like a last dance with him. Yeah.
I did not see a video of her and her last dance with him. I would have I can't watch that. Nope, that'll kill me.
It came up on my like news feed or TikTok or something like that, and I was like, oh damn.
Alrighty. Well, okay, moving right along. I think that he will get some money out of this. I think that I don't think they're gonna go all the way to like court. I feel like they're gonna be able to like figure something out in mediation, I'd say. So I do see that there will be an agreement so that the court side of things is going to go completely like no issue there. So nobody will contest anything. They'll make an agreement, and then I feel like they'll kind of part ways or make up eventually. But I do feel like, although it's crazy right now and he's feeling really jaded, and I mean, he has every freaking right to, but for some reason I see he'll get to a point of like forgiveness. So, but I'm seeing that eventually it'll be an okay situation. But with that being said, a lot more drama is going to unfold. This is going to take quite a bit of time. He said, she said, there more people are going to be stepping forward. There's going to be more to the story. Like there's going to be a lot of things. Some things true, some things not true. I feel like the family is going to fight back, continuing to keep fighting back, saying like, I think that does he have also like a brother and a sister, like a they
Well, in the quote unquote
in the movie.
adopted family, he does have a sister and a brother.
Thank
They
you,
played it all the same as
thank you.
this story.
I I remember watching this movie years ago, but I'm not completely familiar with all the details. I have a terrible memory. But anyways, I do see that the kids, so the guy that the adopted brother, adopted sister, they're going to come forward with their own interpretations. I think one will actually be more on Michael's side about it, and I think one will protect the mom and dad a little bit more. So it's
Which
going to
would
be
probably
interesting as
be the daughter with the parents and the LJ or whatever his name is, the little brother, will be more on Michael's side because that's, I mean, at least in the movie, that's how it was. Like LJ's the one who brought him home and was hanging out with him. So, like, he was always for Michael. He was always sticking up for Michael, and the sister was always like she was accepting of him, but she was also standoffish a bit as well. So.
That's right. You have a very good memory, so thank you. um, yeah, so that's kind of how I feel like that's going to play out. I don't feel like Sandra's going to lose anything. I do feel like everyone will like calm down about it a bit more. Not like it's not the movie's fault, you know. Like the movie is just trying to portray like a beautiful story that never was, you know, and like at least at the moment the way it's being painted. And I do think that they did have some great moments together, and I do think there's going to be like Michael's going to bring up some more like racially implied uh rumors and things that they may have done to like hurt him and stuff. So there's going to be a lot that comes out with this. So I'm excited to see what comes forward, in the sense of what he's feeling is pain. I know those two are going to act out pretty crazy, but it'll all eventually like, you know, fall off the face of the earth. He is, and you know, he's broken. Like I can feel his genuine pain. He is totally broken right now. So, it's sad. It is sad. I'm totally Team Michael on this one, obviously.
Jackie, I don't think the parts about Michael's life were fake. I'm just guessing that just from the time that the mother and the little boy and everything got involved in his life and brought him home and gave him a bed, um, like I think that was a true thing. Like Michael's life, he was like it, you know, not had a good family. He didn't have a good upbringing, all that stuff. Like if you actually look up him, he is a football player. This was a true thing. He is a football player and all this other jazz. And he does talk about his hardships from the time he was young all the way up into like when he got with the whatever the people that quote unquote adopted him.
Yes, Sean and Lee and alrighty. So moving right along, anyone have any questions on that topic before we move on to the next? We're good? Okay. Good, good, good.
Yeah, I don't see any questions.
Alrighty. Next thing we're going to talk about is a conspiracy theory that a lot of you have actually asked about this many times over. And I didn't really want to talk about it until I had my own experience. And this weekend, we so happen to have this experience. So that's why I'm like, yes, we can finally cover this. So, a lot of you guys are always talking about the moon landing and how it could be a conspiracy theory. There's quite a few theories on this. Conspiracy theory number one is that on the moon, shadows are on the moon, landing photos, and then the people think that the pictures are fake. There's a second conspiracy theory where the Apollo astronaut could not have survived the Earth's radiation field. Another conspiracy theory, number three, is why are there no stars in the picture of the NASA moon landing? And then the other one is on the Apollo. This is the most popular. The Apollo 11 U.S. flag is waving in the wind, but there is no wind on the moon. So all of you guys have come forward asking about this. So I did want to address everything in relation to this, and I will get to the conspiracies in a moment. But the first thing I want to talk about is Landon and I went to this museum, which had all this space stuff, and like it was like hella educational to the highest degree it could be. And it was really, really fun and interesting. And I'm not a spacey person, but I mean, I got to do some cool things. So, first and foremost, we got to smell the Milky Way, which was freaking awesome. I know that was cool for me. The second thing I was able to do was to put my hand on a piece of moon. And they have this moon like it's locked down, like you can't do anything with it. It is like secured. And they have this little opening where you can just touch the moon. It's so important. So, like, I went up to the moon and I touched it, and I felt an energy from it that I've never felt in a gemstone before. I've when you hold gemstones or stones in general, you can feel its energy. Well, this isn't unlike any other kind of energy I've ever felt here, anyway. So to me, it was like, okay, this is authentic, this is real. And I got no bad vibes from it whatsoever. And then I went over to
Didn't you say you
the
felt like a some sort of like electricity or some like something when you were touching?
yes, yes, thank you. It was sending electric shock waves through my body. It was really neat. It was like I don't know how to explain it. It made me feel like tingly inside. It was kind of cool. It had a lot of energy. It's because it's like pure, right? Nothing's there on the moon, right? So anyway, and then I walked over to I don't even know what it's called, but if you ever looked at a rocket ship, there's that piece that falls off. Everyone wonders where the hell it goes, right? It goes into the water, right? But anyways, I went up to it and I put my hand on it and I felt instantly like that this was attached to a rocket and it was in the water. It even had the little engravings of like a crash, like, and it was huge. So you can tell like when something dents inwards, like, it's been dropped and it was really authentic. So I was completely convinced that the moon landing has happened. I do not believe there in any conspiracy on the moon landing stuff whatsoever. So that's my theory on that. I know. But for the flag waving thing, I keep seeing that it's America, guys. The USA, if anything is flashy, they think of everything. They had sat there for years planning on how they were going to position this flag on the moon, and they came up with like a concoction to like hold it up in place so that it does look like it's waving. Like they thought of everything. They did. I get it. It looks suspicious, but we did not have that kind of technology back then to fake photos like we do now. And they're not going back there because I don't think they are telling us everything that happened on the moon. Like I think some shit went down, but I do not feel like they plan to go back, at least not right now. There are people that are wanting to pay big bucks to go to the moon, and they keep rejecting the idea because something bigger they're hiding from us. That I believe.
The government is always hiding something. I bet you they have like a whole colony of people already living up there, and they're doing some sort of experiments on them to see how long they can last up there.
I definitely believe that the videos are fake of Neil Armstrong saying he would never went. I think they're completely fabricated. They've they probably like the videos themselves may be real, but they might have like changed some wording. You know how you can kind of have you ever seen those videos of them making like Donald Trump say certain things, like making him sing and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, it's like they took chunks of videos and like put them together to make him seem like what he said was real.
Absolutely. People try to ruin everything for everybody because they're just sour. But
I
I
do believe that a lot of the moon landing stuff is like totally real, and I believe there were some encounters there with potentially some alien life forms as well. Oh my god, guys, I have a couple other topics to talk about, but guys, I went down a rabbit hole in the UFO spectrum, Landon and I were watching a documentary yesterday about it, and holy hell. So, you guys have no idea what we've even talked about, looked into. We have so many things to talk to you guys about on the UFO side, so let me get right into that. So first and foremost, I am 100,000%. And you ready for this? The government definitely do and have and still do mind erase people. So if you have had some interesting encounters with like UFO stuff, they are totally men in blacking people with their little um, memory eraser doohickey, right? Freaky, I know. Now, obviously, their memory eraser is glitched, basically. I think that they got that technology from something UFO related, but anyway, the it does not take your memory away forever. And I think memory comes back very easily. And there are some people that are so strong willed that their minds and memories cannot be erased. So there are a lot of glitches with that thing. Right? Right? Creepy. It's true though.
I think that when they got it from the other technology, like us as humans can't help ourselves but try to take it apart and put it back together. And they probably wanted to take it apart to clone it. And then when they put it back together, it just did not work the same as the way they got it originally. And that's probably why there's like a glitch in it, is because it was all connected by a technology we just don't have the capabilities of doing, and taking it apart would be detrimental to the pieces because they just won't fit the way they did originally.
Oh, I agree with you. And yes, Missy, I hate how much control the government has on everything as well. I agree. I think it's like hamsters and hamster wheels, apparently. You know what I
No,
mean?
we haven't heard
Anyway.
from Catherine, but she might be sleeping because she's going on a vacation tomorrow. So I don't know if she's going to be here tonight.
Alrighty. Okay. So the other thing I want to talk about on the UFO side is the Men in Black here. So uh, I did not realize that the movie Men in Black was based upon like actual people that they called like Men in Black. I had no idea. I thought it was a totally fictional freaking movie, like no idea. So when they talked about that today in the documentary, I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, those are the people that have control of the mind eraser. And so that's another reason why a lot of people don't share the information publicly, and they have like support groups for people that have had abductions and fucking encounters, and just in general, like they have these groups because if they go out publicly, they can not only be erased, but also like it's public shame. It's like back in the day when people would say, "You're a witch." Like nobody wants to be called a witch, you know?
So we're going to talk about Area 51 at another time, but just know that there is some things about Area 51. But I watched a short documentary on a few guys
Uh,
recently who went to Area 51, and we'll talk about that on another.
give me a second, Missy. I'm just gonna look up what it was. I know it's on Hulu, so just give me a second. It's called The Alien Encounters Declassified. It is on Hulu, and then apparently it's under the Lifestyle and Culture series, but just so you know. Alrighty. Um, back to what I was talking about here. I gotta pull up my paper here as my. Oh, Catherine's coming. She's like, shit. Hi from Australia. Hello, Beck. Okay. Yes. Okay. So going back to the UFO side of things too. So Landon and I are going to be covering another couple of episodes, actually, maybe one around Halloween. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe.
There she is. PI DIY has entered the studio. I just want to talk really quickly how cool it was to touch that tire from the Apollo that landed on the moon. Like, guys, seriously, this tire, this landing gear, crazy. It it was so thick, but still like so bald. Like there was a section that literally you could see the metal inside the tire, like was literally about to bust and would rip this whole tire apart because it was such a fast when they came back in. It was such a fast landing that it literally burnt the tire in only 15 seconds.
The other thing too is people have said, like, how did it get through that core? Well, they actually have these like white things that they actually put all on the outside of the spaceship to so that when it would go in like space, these papers would end up falling off because they would be going right. They would be going through that whatever it was. I don't know. Landon's more of the scientific person.
Yeah, it's like it's like I can't think of the word right now, vortex? But it wouldn't be a vortex is something different. That's more like out in space. That's like a different thing. But there's like a layer, like the air layer, the astral layer from here to getting into space. And when you have to break through that to get out of here. Remember when we were there, they had those pieces from the ship. They said they it was like those look like tiles. They're like tiles of the thing. Yeah, they had those pieces there. You couldn't touch them, sadly. They were locked away. But they did show us what the whole entire spaceship had covered in it so that it can get in and out without getting burnt because getting out of the layer and going into space would have crumbled them. But they've also come up with something to protect them.
Yes, thank you. So, all right, going back to the UFO side. So, like I said, we're going to be covering a couple of episodes doing this, but there was one other thing. There's so many topics, but there's one other topic that I wanted to talk about on this side of the fence, and that was about the mating, the UFOs slash human mating. So, as I was watching this documentary, I watched
The
half of it.
hybrid incubating.
Yes, so I was watching half last night, and I watched the scary part last night, and then I watched the like more pleasant part of it because it got more like exciting and happy. But anyways, they have different species of aliens, and I was able to pinpoint the one that like I had seen, which was the reptilia. I think so. That's the name of the one that
Yeah,
I had felt.
yeah, reptile.
Um, which is like animal slash like creature thing, which is
Well,
like what I
they're
felt.
more common. What they were saying on the documentary is they're more common to have a human-like body, and usually like a reptilian type face, like a lizard or like dragon-esque looking type face.
Right, and then they have the white talls, is that what they call them?
Yeah, the white talls, and then the grays.
They're
The grays are the more uh, evil ones, and they're the ones that are um, they're very controlling, and they like to do a lot of mind controlling.
yes. So like I said, we learned a lot. So that's the one I felt the energy from. I did not. But I tend to be more on the white light side of things. So I will focus on the more positive. But oh, holy hell, there are scarier creatures out there for sure. But like it looks like there's like a hierarchy too, and it seems like the the good ones are like in power right now. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And it don't worry, it's like thousands of years before the power shifts. Like some shit like that. But anyway, um the hybrid slash people, like basically people are being abducted to create a like mega species, which apparently is like alien and half human, and like people were getting abducted and like they're seeing their kids in this other world, like, and they're not even giving birth to these kids. The aliens are literally taking the fetus after it's grown after a while and like incubated in this like wall of incubators. Like it's so crazy. The shit that I swear to God, I know it sounds so crazy, but I really feel like this is all true. Now, I don't know about, I cannot see past what takes place and how it works yet, but at some point, it's not going to be until we do the video log.
That's totally
But I
okay, Andrea. This live will be uploaded after it's done, so you can just continue to listen when you have some time after work. Have a great night.
Um, I totally feel like I'm going to be trying to channel a spirit, not spirit, an alien. I'm going to try it. So there is a method that you can use that you can try to channel aliens, and I'm going to give it a go. So I will keep that. I'm going to be asking them to reveal themselves to me at some point, but it's got to take a minute. Like we got a rapport to build. So just know that I won't right away be like, "Come visit me." Like no. I've got to like get them to trust me. I got to see if they're good. Like there's going to be a whole thing that we need to do, and if I can even do it. So we're going to do all of those channeling sessions on the video log so you guys will actually be able to watch it.
Yes, we want to try to find the good ones. I definitely do not want a gray to come to us or the whites because the tall whites are I don't. I mean, they could be considered like scary or evil, but they're more of the ones that like to do the experiments. They're the ones that are like doing these hybrid experiments. So I definitely don't want that either. Like, no, thank you. So we're just gonna try to make sure we're getting a good one. We haven't even the ones that most people have come encounter with are the ones that we've said, the three we've said, but there is so many more documentaries out there that we got to get through, and we got to find one that's nice. So then we got to also learn how to.
Yes, so we're going to spend the next little while educating the hell out of ourselves on this so that we are prepared to do this properly, because when we go into things we don't joke around, we don't fuck around. We know how to handle things. So we will do that. But my thoughts on it, I think it'll work out. Imagine us being able to get some sort of freaking like spaceshipy thing on camera. That's what I'm wanting to happen. I don't want anything more than that. Landon's like, "Oh, I want to meet them." Like, no, I'm good. I just want to like communicate from afar, like an email type of relationship from a distance. Like, I do not need the facial, the face-to-face interaction in any capacity.
So Heather, I actually watched a little documentary about the like Egyptians and Mayans and different people from back then, and I found it extremely educational. And there's just some things in there that if you watch it, you're like, yeah, that makes total sense. They definitely did, and they definitely got some of their technology and their advancements from the aliens. I believe, truly, that's what I believe. I have read the tall white ones are very selfish and do awful, awful things. Please be safe. I trust you, of course. Yeah, that's why I said I have no interest in the tall white ones. They're, like I said, they're the ones that are the most experimental. They're the ones who are trying to do the half hybrids. Now, a lot of people are saying, at least the few people who have been doing this for like 12 years, hunting these aliens and stuff, have said that they truly believe that at one point they had an agreement with the USA. like they came to the US and basically said like our breed is dying, we need help, and like our government has offered a list of people that are able to be like taken, abducted, and used as an incubator. Now, a lot of these women and men, there was not just women, it was women and men. The men were used by the tall white females to get, get them pregnant. And then the tall white males obviously abducting the females to impregnate them. Now, none of these women have any of these babies, any of the babies that survived. They all got abducted again later on, and the babies were taken from them and then put in these incubators when they were a certain age, and then were being grown, like as Liz said earlier, in this wall. So definitely will not mess around with the white ones. I'm not interested in that type of experience. Totally.
The other weird random fact, I feel like whoever created Pinky and the Brain, those are characters that he had in an alien encounter with. So like talking animals, these particular like fucking rodents, and like he made a whole cartoon about them because it was that one was stupid and one was smart, and I'm thinking like that's totally connected to that. But anyways, that was totally a different vision I had earlier. Like I said, as I was doing all this, all these crazy freaking visions came. So I cannot wait to try it and it's going to be cool. So I'm excited. Like I said, don't no, not planning to do anything too scary. So hopefully it'll work out that way. And like I said, we're going to do another episode on aliens because there's a lot to cover. Like I said, hint, hint, maybe something in October. We'll see.
Is it
Alrighty.
something the creator remembers, or did they mind erase him like his subconscious?
Missy, you pay attention so good. I agree with that completely. I'm going to say that they tried to mind erase him, but I think that he remembers. I just don't think he's going to come out and say it quite yet. He might at some point when he feels like it's okay to come out.
Jamie, if you ever do think of it, hopefully you're on our Facebook page. Please let us know what it was, because I would be totally interested, because a lot of these women were talking about it. Like the one woman said she had her, it was like her fourth child, and every time she went in there she kept seeing her children on the other side and she just never could reach them. Like the aliens were showing her her half hybrid children and she was never allowed to touch them. So I would totally be interested in watching something about a woman who gets visits from her children.
I also noticed a lot of things about the women that they were chosen for this position. Highly pleasing, beautiful women, like very, very specific features, like big eyes and long hair, very busty, like very skinny, like they have very specific types. Like there are a few that aren't necessarily the type, but like they have specific types that they're looking for. They're looking for the best of the best of the best.
Makes sense is that she lived in the mountains. We were also noticing that like the more alien encounters are not going to be in big cities. Now, do they come over in their ships in big cities? Absolutely. But they like come after like people who are in like secluded areas. Those are the people that are getting abducted. Those are the people that are having the, there's like different stages of alien encounters as well. Like there's a stage one, which is you just seeing like the lights in the sky or the spaceship or something. Then there's like a the second encounter is like you actually finding something from them, like your crops burned or crop circles and etc. And like then the third one is them like talking to you all the way up to seven, which is this human hybrid thing, is like the level seven being abducted and being experimented.
Even Newfoundland, guys, Newfoundland had an encounter and they were on the video, like this particular documentary. So it's so crazy because in Newfoundland, like that's one thing I can say about them, like 100% is how beautiful and gorgeous it is, but like the sky is filled with stars. And like I couldn't even imagine something flying around above me because we're so close to the sky. It feels that way, anyways. Anyways, it was kind of cool.
Either
But
way,
either way,
listen, Catherine, wouldn't that be thing if we could? No, unfortunately, aliens are a lot smarter than we are, and they want smart of us. They want literally the best of the best. Like Liz said, you have to be like the creme de la creme. Like they're like in
Oh, they
certain way.
hate the government.
Yeah, yeah. Like they do not like the government. They want smart people. They want people that have good genes, like people that have like mesh well with theirs. Like this one woman who has like 7 children because she's had seven. She calls them miscarriages because they were all her babies were taken from her. Um, she's tall, she's got pale skin, she's very skinny, she's got dark hair, dark features. That's why they picked her, was because she resembles them a lot, being tall, because it's the whites that are taking her. So the tall whites, they're tall, they're white. She also is tall, white, and dark hair. So they're like, this would work well with our genes.
yeah, the government, they cannot stand the government in any capacity. I picked up on that like very, very easily. And then but anyways, my plan. So because there are people that do try to channel them, it's kind of cool actually. They use a lot of people that can channel
Missy, take the
to
government, right? Take.
try to they try to channel them to be like, we come in peace. We're not trying to cause problems. We just want to let you know we're here. We think you're awesome. And then, like, we'll be here. We'll support you. Like, they're very positive vibes. And then that's when some encounters take place. So, if that, like, that's my goal. So, that's kind of what I want to do.
Yes, Miss DIY, like the baklava of the human race. That's what they want. Yeah. Um, I know I'm pretty smart, so I think that's why Liz is scared because she doesn't want me to be taken away.
Oh, it's called So this is what it is. It's called the UFO CE5 protocols. That's what I've got to try to do in my channeling session. And absolutely, Landon, you are not allowed to go on no freaking spaceship at all unless I'm there with you.
Well, you're definitely coming then because I am going on a spaceship. If there is aliens that come down to my face and they're talking to me, which by the way, guys, they do not talk to you like me and you would talk to each other how we're talking right now. Aliens are very much into like telepathy. They like talking to you through your mind. So a lot of people who have had these encounters and talk to them, which is like stage 5 or something, where they come and talk to you, they would only talk through brain waves and stuff. So
I'll just see these
if they're going to come
comments.
down and chat with me, we're going on their spaceship. I need to see this thing. I need to see inside of it.
The baklava of the human race. Oh god. Yes. It's a dessert with honey papers from a spaceship and nuts. Oh my. Okay, that was too funny. I love that. But yeah, already we're gonna save some of our predictions on the alien side for the episode so that we actually have stuff to talk about. We have a lot actually to talk about. And then the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is this crazy situation in the media. Not a lot, not enough of you've heard of this. I know that for a fact. But there's a doctor by the name of Dr. Z. Allen Chang from Queens, New York. He has recently been accused of raping and abusing and drugging women that are his patients unsuspectedly and also filming them. So basically, he was going to be caught on one indictment. And then so basically, he had a girlfriend, right? Him and his girlfriend were hanging out. She somehow seen a video of him drugging her. And then she obviously was disturbed because he like molested her. He had touched her in this video, so she called the police on him. And then that's when the police found 49 other videos of 49 other women, including people he gave rectal exams to, and like just touched them, and it's like crazy. And there was one woman apparently in the hospital, and he came and he I think he what did he do? He took her out, and something had happened where she had realized, like, what the hell? Why am I out? Like, what had happened? And she went to like the security or whatever, and they were like, they didn't believe her, basically. So now that she's one of the victims too, it's friggin' wild. So, um,
It's a doctor up in New York, apparently. Miss DIY. I don't. Liz said his name earlier.
his name is Dr. Z. Allen Chang from Queens, New York. Anyway, so now he's going to be getting charged 50 charges, which is great. I mean, I don't see him getting out of this. He's only been out of med school. He just graduated med school in 2020. So he's only been a doctor for like 2.5 years, a little bit more than 2.5 years. Crazy. Right? Right? That's what I'm saying. And like, this is why women don't want male doctors because of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't the first time. There was that documentary not too long ago where the guy was impregnating all of his patients,
With his
and he's
own
got all these
sperm,
kids
yeah.
out there.
That the OBGYN doctor, that old.
Yep, exactly. So all these people here, it's insane, right? And it isn't just doctors. It's like orderlies, it's PSWs, and like these people pass criminal checks, like God. Anyway, so I definitely feel like they are going to throw the book at him. New York does not play. New York is like, nope, not only are you going to be getting life in jail, but like you're going to hear every single one of these women's pleas. Like, and I think it's going to be public. I think they're going to really publicly shame this guy, and I hope he gets it all. I would not be surprised if he hangs himself in his cell at some point. I do see that he's really intelligent. That's the one thing that he's got going for him. Uh, Clearly not mentally well though. But anyways, he needs. I'm seeing that he will figure out a concoction to um, hang himself. That's what I see happening there. And normally I don't talk about that death, but in this case, it's like I don't care. I'm so
Right?
disturbed.
He's a fucking coward. Doesn't want to pay for his crimes.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is basically what I had for you today on the
And
predictions. And we're going to try to come back as much as we can.
everybody's telling me that I'm not allowed to go on the spaceship and that they're gonna hog tie me. And Catherine's like, I'm gonna hold a leg, and I'm like, but I must go on the spaceship because it's literally been my dream since I was a kid to get on an alien.
Okay, but think about it this way. If Landon gets on an alien ship, he's only getting on there if I'm allowed to bring you guys all on the journey with me, because that's the only way it's
I already
happening.
went to the space museum, and now I need to go on the spaceship even more now.
Yeah, exactly. They'll mind erase you anyway.
No,
Exactly.
actually, the aliens aren't mind erasing us. It's the government who's mind erasing. Yeah, I know. That's what she's saying. Well, they're not going to mind erase me because I'm never going to open my mouth up about it to anybody.
Oh, I
I
would.
will not allow the government to know anything about my experience. They're not taking it from me. I will fight them off.
I would tell every single person in the world. That's
And
just
before the
me,
government
though.
gets to me, I will record everything so that then we'll hide it somewhere. We'll hide the
That's why
things.
I wanted to go on live. That's why I wanted to go on TikTok live. And maybe Podbean, they'll catch me easier on TikTok. So we'll go live a few places.
No, no. The Airbnb in New Zealand that's shaped like a UFO would not count. I need to go on a real one with real aliens. I need to see their technology. I need to see it. We just do not have that kind of technology.
But yeah,
We
any
definitely plan on
question?
telling everybody.
Uh, yeah, of course, we'd tell everybody.
Taken at birth, the Hicks babies.
Miss DIY, we would obviously send a request to Niantic for a Pokestop and a gym. I'm pretty sure they would approve it.
Exactly. How dare everybody deny me my my childhood dream to get on the spaceship? Like seriously, I just gotta do it. I have to.
We would be the only ones in that gym. Ha. I've not had time to play Pokemon. Oh man, we make it our lives. We play it all the time. In fact, we just got this bird today. There was two birds actually yesterday. Oh, I got a shiny of that thing yesterday, the deer thing. I'm still confused about that one. I don't understand how. Like I know it's in its mega form, but then why doesn't it give me mega candy?
I'm gonna share a little tidbit. It's really it is a dream because I've always felt like I'm not human, at least not all the way human. And I've always been drawn to space. I've always been drawn to aliens. I've always had dreams of aliens. Like it's just something that I've always had, and it's just like this something, something inside me tell me like I'm like part of them. And like if I get on a spaceship, it'd be like I'm going home. That's what I feel like.
So maybe with you, they did the reverse. They decided to do a different experiment. Maybe they planted you inside of
That's
your
what I was trying
mom.
to tell you earlier. I was like, what if an alien? No,
No, I don't want to. I don't want to think that though.
I know, but what if that happened? Maybe that's why I'm feeling that way. Like, what if that's true? What if they impregnated my mom
Oh my god.
instead? And
No.
like my mom's
You
crazy.
don't. You.
My
Shh.
mom's crazy, so she was like, "You're not taking him.
Shh.
Get off." And then she kept me.
But your skin is normal.
Right, because I have a human mother, but like I'm always like hot, and I like just don't think or see the world like everybody else does.
Hmm. Oh, Martha. Hello. I finally got on. I am on episode 7, season 3. Hell yeah. I love that. I'm glad you guys are like, I've had a few people that just started watching. I'm so happy. Yes, we were just talking about like some alien stuff here, but we are about to head off for the evening because Big Brother is on in 7 minutes and we got to catch that live because I'm obsessed.
Absolutely, guys. Well, stay tuned. We will be back for more talk
to
with the.
And tomorrow, Zach Briley is his episode's coming out tomorrow as well. You know what? I know a lot of you guys probably have no idea about this case, but please give it a listen. It's a very important lesson. It's actually pretty traumatizing. It's a very short episode, but a good one. Have a good night, guys.